Given that she cheated on Papoose for months with one of his proteges and that her relationship with him isn't going well, it seems like Remy is finally realizing how badly she damaged their relationship. However, Claressa Shields, Papoose's new love interest, isn't going to sit back and let Remy reclaim him now that he's moved on. Remy seems determined to win him back, but Claressa won't make it easy. Remy seems very bothered by Claressa and Papoose's relationship because Claressa isn't just your typical Instagram influencer. She publicly called out Remy for using manipulative tactics and sending suggestive photos in an attempt to lure Papoose back. But what is Remy's real goal here? Is she truly trying to rekindle their love, or is she just stirring the pot to keep Papoose and Claressa apart for the fun of it? Let's spill the tea, because she looks too good to be acting like this. It's well known that rappers have a type, and for years, Papoose was deeply in love with Remy. At first, she didn't take the idea of divorce seriously, likely assuming he would come running back to her. This was the same man who stood by her through her entire prison sentence, even going so far as to smuggle in a skeleton key and marry her while she was still incarcerated. If that's not commitment, I don't know what is. But Remy overplayed her hand. As I said before, Papoose was really in love with her, and she assumed she could get away with anything while expecting him to stay. However, when Papoose finally said enough and left her for Claressa, that was the final straw. At first, we assumed that since Papoose had only recently split from Remy, he wouldn't want to start a public relationship so soon, especially given that they were once seen as the epitome of black love in Hollywood. But instead, he made it clear he had moved on by stepping out with Claressa, and she's no ordinary rebound. Claressa Shields isn't just another Instagram model, she's one of the greatest female boxers and mixed martial artists in the world. She is the only boxer, male or female, to hold all 4 major world titles in 3 different weight divisions. She also holds the record for winning world titles in 2, 3, 4, and 5 divisions in the fewest professional fights. Younger, highly accomplished, and successful, as of October 2022, she was ranked the best active female boxer pound for pound and the top active female middleweight by ESPN and The Ring. She's also the 3rd female boxer in history to win a title in 5 different weight classes. This frustrates Remy because, for once, she can't claim that Papoose downgraded. Now, to be fair, Remy is a catch in her own right. She's had a strong career in rap and made a name for herself. But as I said earlier, she can't argue that Claressa is a step down. And let's not forget how their relationship ended, with Remy easily cheating on Papoose.
Just till you stop screwing the business. Without you was the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking to Rockin' Michelle, Pap and Real. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black blood. You think that's how marriage is still at the top of them stages? Every interview, he showed his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. And held you down in prison for 6 years.
Even though Remy wasn't aware of it at the time, Papoose got into a fight with Easy and knocked him out because he was so upset. For months, she denied the affair, insisting that her marriage to Papoose was solid and that people were just making up rumors. Papoose made it clear he was over Remy and went public with Claressa right away, but he still tried to respect Remy by not openly accusing her of infidelity. Remy's anger over their relationship, however, caused her to exaggerate the situation on social media, making life difficult for Claressa and Papoose. Many believe she did this intentionally, especially since a movie about Claressa's life, starring Ryan Destiny and other artists, was about to be released. With the film being a huge hit, Claressa needed as much positive publicity as possible, making Remy's timing appear calculated. Remy then posted a text message from Claressa to Papoose on Instagram saying, "You take accountability. You are the one who is married. If you can't sleep with me in person or over the phone, it shouldn't be a big issue to tell me you made it home safely or that you fell asleep in the Sprinter." This made it seem as if Claressa and Papoose were involved before Papoose and Remy had officially ended their marriage. As she confronted Papoose, Remy pushed for honesty. She claimed that while Claressa was at her house, Papoose carelessly fell asleep on the phone with her. When Remy spoke, he was so shocked by her voice that he immediately hung up. "And this man is supposed to be a boxing world champion?" she mocked. "Now that I've told you everything, my love, you're not alone." She also accused Papoose's PR team of spreading false information about her while painting him as God's gift. She claimed, "I begged Pat to shut the story down, but he said the best thing to do was stay silent. He said, 'I'm tired,' adding that he would never sleep with you because of how you look. But don't worry, the world will see now that you're so tough because I saw it all." Bo, committed to causing as much damage as possible, Remy continued exposing text messages, and it soon became clear that Claressa was in panic mode. When she realized Remy had exposed her online, she bombarded Papoose with messages. "I know you hate internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl." She also wrote, "My PR team is going to freak out when they see this. I can't be dealing with this before the film's December 25 release. Have you gotten your other phone yet?" But Remy wasn't done. She fired back, "I don't give a damn about what she said or told. You were foolish, Miss Shields. He was getting me arrested, the woman who hadn't cheated on him in 17 years. And now he wants to ruin me with one of his side chicks. That same woman could have used my position to expose you. He was going to say he authored my fantasies while holding me down in a sidebar while I was away. He even threatened to leak any private information about me." She continued to share more texts in which Claressa seemed to be pleading with Papoose for the bare minimum. In one message, Claressa wrote, "I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop. I don't want to add more stress to what you already have, so I'm just saying how I feel. Since I'm tired of talking and you're not listening, I can't even thank you for being honest, even though it's always the wisest course of action." Claressa also hinted at feeling unappreciated, saying, "I won't go into detail, but I'm requesting gifts, and you can do as you choose. When I'm tripping, I'm saying that I enjoy flowers and that I want time set aside specifically for me. I'm lying here feeling foolish because I'm struggling to feel anything." Remy then mocked her, saying, "Hey, Miss Shields, I'm a one-boyfriend woman, just like I was a one-husband woman, and I'm a good woman at that. That's why men won't just walk away and say, 'Oh, and he's never going to buy you anything because he thinks he's the prize. He's a taker, not a giver. Plus, I'm the one with the bag. Please stop playing with me. I'm not the opponent you want. Actually, I'm not even angry. I'm thrilled." She continued to taunt Claressa, saying, "Despite your claim that you feel stupid, you actually look stupid, and your partner is a jerk." In response, the block captain commented, "It's sad that as a narcissist, she chose to cheat on him repeatedly. Now that I've finally moved on, she's playing the victim." He criticized Remy for harboring resentment toward Papoose, despite the fact that she had cheated on him multiple times. Ultimately, Papoose had to step in to defend himself and his relationship. "Instead of handling things like an adult, I wanted to influence Chase on social media. I remained silent because, as you can see, I didn't want to get caught up in the madness, especially with my 6-year-old daughter having to go to school." She said, "I will never get anyone arrested again because you are lying, which can be easily verified, and you are the one who plays with the police. Making up texts about historical events that happened in public just to spin a false narrative and defend adultery is pitiful." The allegations that Remy had cheated on him with his friend, Easy the block captain, were then addressed. "She kept reaching out to me, trying to convince me to do something because I wouldn't pretend that I hadn't knocked this idiot out," he said. "Remy was here last Christmas when I was at home with my child. I've moved on, and now she's lying and getting upset. She has a narcissistic personality. I suggested we get a divorce like adults, but she rejected the idea." He continued, "Everyone saw this jerk curled up in the fetal position the last time I saw him. After I knocked him out, Remy woke him up and brought him home for 4 days. As you can see, My narcissistic ex is delighted to spread lies about it again. He shook my hand before sleeping with my wife. That's why I knocked him out. Remy refuted the claims. All you do is lie, she said. And does that look okay in the background? She then accused him of having a serious gambling problem and trying to pressure her for money to ensure a smooth divorce. No matter what I'm doing with my child on any significant day, you always find a way to interfere. Even though I've been begging you for years to leave and let us part ways amicably, you said the only way you go is if the public forces you to. She also called him out for attempting to manipulate her public image. You know I'm not the social media type because of my background. And because people still see me as a gangster girl, they tried to use that against me, recording me saying things like, "Oh, Remy is going to call the police for help. She's a snitch, she's a rat. Her brother's name is Joe. She tried." She continued. I mistakenly replied, "No, don't say anything about the real you. You'll do anything to keep up this black love image. But in front of your friends, family, and even yourself, how many times have you intentionally lied to me and been okay with it?" She accused him of trying to control her and being jealous of her success. You hated that I started my rap battle league and were mad that I was helping other rappers instead of you. You even said you would try to destroy it. This fake knockout story is getting old. Everyone knows what happened, even if they didn't see it firsthand. But when the truth comes out, you disappear like a masked thief in the night. Remy then alleged that he fed battle rappers and the media stories about her and even used inside connections to spread false narratives. You helped create a public narrative about me by feeding battle rappers and my company false information, all because my security knew you and knew you were broke. She went on to make serious accusations, claiming she was a victim of domestic abuse. She alleged that Papoose frequently groped her and forced her to attend events with him to keep up appearances. You made me go to the awards with you and act like everything was fine just because you were jealous of how well I was being treated by others. You even worked with the police to create a false narrative about me. She then brought up an incident involving their home. The pool was never finished because you were arguing with me in the garage, and the workers had to call the cops to control you. But of course, you conveniently left that part out. You say the audio and footage are fake, but you know the truth. However, the real source of her frustration seemed to be her relationship with Claressa. Before Claressa stabbed me in the back and dragged my husband down, we had a long history together and were actually friendly. Then she had the nerve to email me a screenshot of herself with the caption, "He is Papa's weirdo girlfriend," as a way to wish me a happy new year. And a few days later, she reached out to me for advice on how to show off her figure. The audacity. She continued, "You think you know what I have, so you feel free to tell people lies. I created this monster, Claressa, by appreciating you even when I knew something wasn't right. I kept quiet, but I promise you'll regret it." Papoose finally had enough of Remy's accusations and responded, "It's unbelievable that a 45-year-old woman is acting like this." Remy fired back, "I'm not even 45, and you're 29. If anything, you're the one acting like an old man." Papoose clapped back, "I'm not trying to be your enemy. But since your man spent the week with this Cali woman, tell them to buy you flowers and gifts instead of ignoring his phone." Claressa also chimed in, claiming that it was Jimmy, not Papoose, who had cheated on her. "I'm not the one you can bully. You're just bitter and mad, and you're making yourself look foolish. Just stop it." She then announced that Claressa Shields and Remy would fight on February 2, but she didn't directly challenge Remy. Instead, she taunted her, "Get your ass in the ring now." Rumors started circulating that Remy may have skills in the ring, but she avoided accepting the challenge, likely knowing that Claressa is one of the best in the game. To add to the drama, Claressa recently revealed that Remy had been sending suggestive photos to Papoose in an attempt to win him back. Just when people thought the drama was over, it became clear that Claressa was enjoying her time with Papoose. With him taking her to games and showing her off, it was evident that the situation was far from resolved. but Claressa went so far as to publicly express her love for him.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's not one of those things I was like, you know, I want to keep him all to myself. I didn't really,
But that's not all. There are rumors that Papoose is planning to propose to Claressa. Despite his terrible experience with Remy, it seems his perception of love hasn't been completely shattered. He's still open to building something new with Claressa, and from the looks of it, he isn't backing down, even though Remy is allegedly trying to interfere. However, some say Claressa might not be the best partner either. According to rumors, she's willing to fight to defend her relationship, but she may also have a way of charming Papoose into standing by her no matter what. If you think Remy is being deceptive by trying to use these photos against them, watch this video and drop a comment below.